Hello there. Thank you very much for watching this video. Uh, in this video today, we're gonna look one very useful service. This service regarding data migration. I hope data engineers and support engineers are familiar with this service. Uh, so this different service providers have their equivalent services to data migration. Uh, if we check AWS, AWS offers DMS data migration service. Then we have Azure data migration, offered by Microsoft. Then we have Google Cloud data migration service from GCP. Then we have OCI. I think OCI will have their data migration. So different cloud service providers have their different services. So, but the concept is the same. The operation is quite same. The use of that service is same actually. And then why we need DMS actually. So in this video we're gonna talk about, and we gonna we are going to demonstrate how we can migrate data from one database to another. So for this I'm using AWS console to simply demonstrate you how you can simply understand the DMS, how it works actually. So basically, DMS need a source in the target database DB. What is the data inside your source that you have to migrate to your target databases? You can perform on-premises migrations. You can perform similar databases, migration between similar, that is this that is homogeneous and heterogeneous kind of migrations type. So before so without wasting much time, I'm just going to simply uh, show you guys how you can how you can practice DMS. It's a winter, guys, so we need tea also. Someone need coffee, whatever your preferred thing you can use it. So let's quickly go to the dashboard, and I'll show you what are the components are there. So this is AWS dashboard. So first of all, I'll show you what databases we're gonna need. So I already have one database launch, that is the MySQL community. I have already created it, and let me show you the database. Okay, so this is the database actually. This is our source database, and we need another DB in which we are going to migrate our data. So that's why I'm just creating one another as a target. So I'll go with the Aurora MySQL compatible version. Actually, you can check whether different DB engines available from AWS. So I'm going with the Aurora. Then engine version default, and then template I'm gonna use test dev environment. In cluster identifier, you can specify it according to your use case. I'm just keeping it as default, and then obviously the master username is admin. If you you can select your as per your need. You can keep it. Then credential management, this is how you can, securely log into your database. This is, you can use AWS Secrets Manager, and you can use self-managed ID passwords to, connect to your database actually. So for this demo, I'm going to use this self-manage option, and I'm just, setting some password for this database. So better to, dictate or noted your password. It is better for you to remember, because we're gonna need it. So cluster storage configuration, I'm going with Aurora standard, and then you can use Aurora optimize also, but due to the cost, I'm going with standard. And then obviously then the DB instance class, you can go with the serverless approach. I mean the the class type and memory optimize, and I'm going with the memory optimize, and I'm going with the instance type as uh, how, let me go with the cheapest one, so this will save our cost. 16 GB. You can see the bunch of available instance types. So I'm going with this one, DBR R5.large, which comes with two CPUs, virtual CPUs, 16 GB of RAM, and bandwidth. So for this demo, I'm just using this, and later on I'll shut down all the resources. Then availability zone, I'm not gonna use a replica or multi-AZ. I'm just deploying it in single AZ. So I'm not going with, and VPC, we are going to deploy this in default VPC. Then we have default subnet group and public accessibility. I'm just need to connect it to from outside this VPC. That's why I'm making it publicly accessible. So security group, we are going to use it default. Availability zone, I'm just explicitly mentioning, and just to deploy this in AP South 1A availability zone. And actually we are in the Mumbai AZ, Asia Pacific. Mumbai is our available zone. This resource is going to be deployed in Mumbai. So rest of the things are, I'm just keeping it normal. So performance inside, I don't need to save the cost, and this is the appropriate the calculated monthly charges. So let's create this DB, and in the meanwhile this database is spinning up. It is in the active. It will take time to to fully get ready. So I'll quickly show you the another our dashboard, that is DMS. This is we gonna today understand how we can migrate data from one source to another target. So just start it. So this is you can see in the left side of the screen what are the options available for this. So you can check new navigation that will reduce, and this is complex actually. It's not complex, but you need a bit experience to understand this. I'll go with the simple view. So as of now, we have our two databases, and I am going to simply, create first a replication instance. This instance is responsible for executing your DMS task actually. So this is, I am creating it. So I'm gonna name it main replication. So this is our instance name. I'm just descriptive, it's optional, you can describe it if you want. And then instance class, I'm going with DMS T3 medium instance, two virtual CPUs and 2 GB of RAM. And then storage, I'm reducing it to 20 GB, and this is version. And I'm employing it in single AG. I don't need any to make it multi-AG deployment. But if you need a fault tolerance, you can simply go with the multi-AG approach actually. So this will you create your standby replication instance in another AG. This is what, if this if this instance is somehow this is failed, the another replication instance will take care of this process. Then I'm going with the network type IPv4. I'm not going with dual stack mode. That is, dual stack is supported v3 and v4 IP addressing. So I'm just going with IPv4, and this instance is going to launch in default EPC. This is the subnet group, and I'm making it publicly accessible. You don't need to access this replication instance, but I'm just making it. So let's deploy it in EP South 1A and security group default. I'm using this KMS key, a default KMS key from the region actually. So this will, help to encrypt your data. So just create this replication instance. So this is all about this replication instance actually. In the meanwhile, this instance is in the creating state. We will just simply going and check how you can create endpoints actually. Endpoints is the is the point where you just simply give the details about source and target resources. So source endpoints, I'm gonna select from RDS DB instances. If your uh, source DB is in on premises, so you will just simply provide your identifier and what are the on premises related information here. But I am selecting from, this is actually a VPC to VPC. No, within the VPC, this is the migration. So I'm just selecting source database, MySQL, and I am explicitly, uh, setting some setting up some credentials for connectivity. So we are going to use Microsoft. I mean what we can say, uh, MySQL as a source, and this is the port, and the admin is the username, and I am just giving up the password for this. I don't want this secure socket layer mode actually, so I'm going with none. So, and I'm going to create this source endpoint, and we're gonna create another. Let's see whether our target DB is ready to use or not. So it's taking time. So this video might be longer. So but yeah, it is important. So I'm gonna create one target database. I mean the endpoint, and same I'm gonna select it from RDS DBs that we have already created. This is database 2, Aurora MySQL. Then similar we have set it for MySQL. I'm gonna set it for Aurora MySQL as well. Then secure socket layer, I'm not gonna set it. So everything is good. So let's go and create this endpoint. So this is what we have done till now. We have created two endpoints. One is for source and another one is for a target. And our engines, MySQL and Aurora MySQL compatible engines are, and what are the ports available for them, and the URLs. All information is here. So we have replication instance in the creating state. We have endpoints, and let's create DMS task. So before going to DMS task, we're gonna check the connectivity between our replication instance and endpoints. So I'm just quickly checking up the connectivity between the replication instance and our this says that the main replication is not active. It means our replication instance is still in the creating state. So give it some time to available. And in the meanwhile, I'll check the so this is the database available. Okay, so let's create DMS tasks. I hope it will allow us to create demo tasks, and the replication instance is still not available to use. So this is taking time, guys, but allow sometimes. All services take time actually. So they take time to spin up, they take time to launch, create everything. I have this console login actually. That's why I am just making this video in AWS. You can use your preferred or used to cloud service provider. You can use your Azure. If you have account created your account, and if you have Google and you are Oracle, so you can simply go log in and check their options. What are their features available? What are the services available? You can simply go and check. This will help you to better understand the service. So I think our application instance is available now. It is taking time. So no worry. What we need in the meanwhile, I'll simply log into one of the database. So this is MySQL -h. You all are aware about this. This is the the endpoint configuration and command for connecting. So we are successfully connected to our MySQL DB on this port 3306, and I'm just simply check what are the databases available. So these are the databases available to use in MySQL. We're gonna use that DMS demo to migrate. Let me use that one. So the command to use it, use DMS demo. Okay, so we have one employee table in it. So you can check, the what is the data available in the MySQL. Okay, and then we're gonna select it. So this is the data actually available in the employee table. That is uh, the data that is for different professional. This is the demo, guys. This is not real one actually. So this is the data we're gonna migrate it to our Aurora SQL. So in the meanwhile, I'll check our replication instance is ready to use or not. So allow me to check my replication instance is available now to use. So let's check our endpoint connectivity, test connectivity. This is the replication instance, and we are checking the connection with the source. It is in the testing phase. As you can see, this test is successful, and we can check also the target connectivity as well. This is good to test your connectivity before executing your DMS task to better understand to utilize this service actually. So better to check your configuration stage by stage. So this will help you to reduce your complexity if you were stuck in somewhere else. So this target endpoint connectivity is success. So we are going to create our migration task. So this is the task name, demo task. This is the replication instance which is in this default VPC. Source endpoint, this is database one. This is the MySQL DB actually, and the target one is Aurora. And we are going with the migration type as migrate. We just need to migrate our data. You can check the migration and replicate is option available. Then simply replicate is option available. You can check it. Then we have task settings. I am going with target table preparation mode. Actually, you can simply I'm going with do nothing. Just simply create the schema and table in the target. You can check what is this actually meaning here. This is for do nothing and drop tables on target and truncate. What are the options are and what is the meaning? I can simply check it from here. So to save our time, I'm just not explaining much about that. So you can check it, and I am to reduce the task, to better optimize this task. I'm gonna going with the do not include LOBs columns. These are the large, objects. I don't want to migrate those. Then data validation turn off. I have turned off it. I don't need to validate data before migrating it. Then selection rule is must. You have to specify selection rules. So I'm going with schema. So schema name, I have already shown you this table name. The table we are going to migrate it. So that is DMS demo. So this table we are going to migrate in our target. So action is include or what are the rows and tuples available in that uh, table that are going to be migrated in target. So this is what, and transformation rules is for target, and I am just going with schema, and then we're gonna enter a schema, and this source name is included. Just don't need to change it much over here. And action, you can perform these many actions while loading the data into target. So you can make lower cases what are the data available in your source while loading up into the target. All the data will be converted into the lowercase, and you need it in the uppercase, you can use it, but I'm going with the lowercase case selection. Then pre-migration assessment, if you need it, what are the conditions you need to test before migrate, before starting this migration, you can set it, but I am not going with this pre-migration assessment. I don't need it right now. I simply need to migrate data to reduce the complexity, and automatically on create migration startup configuration, I'm going with the automatically on create. So let's create this database migration task. So this will take time to migrate. So you can check in this dashboard. The demo task is in the creating stage. We are going with full load actually. What are the data available in that source is going to be migrated into that target. So source is database word, and the target is database Aurora. Replication instance, and what are the data is migrated into the target. That all information is going to display here. So once the migration is complete, you will able to see it here. So status is created and the migration is in the progress mode. Okay. So this is what data migration is, basically is what is happening here. So you know, we are migrating our data from one database engine to the another one. Similarly, you can use different databases, whether you have your MySQL and then you want to convert it into or migrate it into your Postgres, you can also perform it. And similarly, you can go with the you know uh, on-premises migration as well. So this is how DMS works with. I hope this video help you to understand how DMS actually works, how you can perform migration. So load complete, it means your migration is successful actually. So you can simply go and check the statistics available here. So number of tables migrated, loaded one, our DMS demo uh, table name. So we have successfully migrated our source to you know uh, target. So let's log into the replication instance and check our target DB. So I'm just connecting it. So this is the endpoint, and this is the command to connect it. Okay. I think I have to check the command for it. Okay. I have missed the password. So no worries. You can check here. That is our DMS is already migrated. So this is what migration looks like. So yeah, thank you very much for watching this video, guys. I hope you all are uh, able to understand how DMS works. Actually, you can simply check your migration on other cloud service providers. So thank you very much for watching this video, guys.